Hello friends. Last video we have studied about the PE ratio and what it will impact in the stocks. So how we can calculate taking the PE ratio. So all we discussed in the last video. Now this video we are going to discuss about the PEG ratio, profit earning growth ratio, how it will impact the stocks and how this is the useful while choosing the stocks. This is one of the fundamental analysis. This is the one of the indicator in fundamental analysis. Let us start. Before that, if you are not yet subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel. That is a investments for life. Share, like and click on bell icon so you'll get the upcoming videos. Let us start. PEG ratio, you can see here I have just taken the sum of formulas and some of the theory points. So after that I will go with the practically. PEG, profit earning growth ratio, profit earning growth ratio, PEG ratio. How to calculate PEG ratio? Price per share, price per EPS divided by EPS growth, where EPS is the earning per share. PEG, PEG of last year divided by PEG of this year divided by PEG of last year minus 1. PEG of this year means whatever the present PEG, that is a trailing PEG. Trailing PEG, which what happened till now, that PEG we have to take and divided by EPS of last year, whatever the EPS we can take. So PEG, the formula is EPS of last year, whatever the earning per share last year, and this year earning per share minus 1 will get the PEG ratio. So what is the forward PEG? Forward PEG means what will happen in the future. We will get readily available data. We no need to calculate. This is the basic formulas, because layman person won't understand how to calculate PEG. You no need to worry about that. We will get readily available data in some of the websites. So if we want a forward PEG, there is some website in.finance.yahoo.com. You will get there ready-made available forward PEG, and some of other websites like Screener you will get the present PEG, that is based on TTL they will calculate. So some of the points it's told, stock with PEG is less than 1 merit investment, means PEG, if PEG is less than 1, that is called an undervalued, means which is good to buy, and PEG is greater than 1, that is a overvalued, which is means not to buy. So this will indicate PEG less than or equal to 1, undervalued, good to buy. PEG more than 1, which is overvalued, not good to buy. So but it doesn't mean we have to calculate only PEG. There are many indicators where we can calculate and we can decide. Only PEG based we cannot decide. I will just read this talk with PEG of less than 1 merit investment, but we should not jump to the conclusion that PEG more than 1 indicates overvaluation and high risk. So PEG less than 1 merits investment. PEG more than 1 indicates overvaluation risk. In recent times, some stocks with PEG more than 1 have delivered good returns. Some of the stocks which has more than 1 PEG, which is overvalued, that also delivered in good returns, because there are many indicators. If we studied about balance sheet, based on that we can conclude the we can buy the stocks or not. Theory suggests that PG ratio is less than 1 indicates that the stock is undervalued, and analyst consensus estimated at currently set too low. On other hand, the PG ratio is more than suggests that market expectation of growth is higher than estimates. The ratio can't applied in all sectors. So PG ratio we cannot applied in all the sectors. It works best for stocks which have cylindrical nature of it. So we cannot apply this ratio in all sectors. Even PEG is good indicator, it should be used along with other criteria. If PEG is good indicator while taking the stocks, PEG also good indicator, but we have to use other parameters also. Study of balance sheet is important, and one must see the company is taking too much debt and eroding working capital conditions. PEG ratio should not be seen isolated, but should be seen along with other ratios like ROE, ROCE, ROIC, FCF, and growth rate, etc. So PEG only we cannot, PEG is a good indicator, we can conclude, but not 100%. We can take the different indicators also, ratios like ROE, ROCE, ROIC, FCF, growth rates. So PEG ratio, it is a one of the indicator, fundamental indicator that we can understand we can invest or not. But with that we cannot conclude, we can take other indicators also, we can take the other ratios also, and we can conclude. So come with the practical things. This is a Larsen and Turbo Limited. So here if you go directly, if you type, you cannot get PEG ratio, we have to add it. I have already added P ratio of Larsen and P ratio of Larsen and Turbo Limited is 0.56. So it means it is a undervalued and good to buy. So we can see some other ratios. We can see HDFC. Let us see what is the HDFC. So HDFC PEG ratio is 1.33. You can see here PEG ratio of HDFC, that is 1.33, which is means overvalued. But it doesn't mean HDFC Bank Limited is not at all good. You know what is the HDFC Bank now going through? It is booming in the market. So it doesn't mean PEG ratio. Obviously we will calculate less than 1, it is a undervalued, good to buy. More than 1, overvalued, not to buy. But in some of the banks, some of the companies which is have other indicators, you have to apply, and then you can conclude we can take the stocks or not, because there are many parameters. Already I have told about the P ratio. Now I have told about the PEG ratio, what is the ideal ratio of PEG. And while taking the conclusion of stocks, while we are buying, we have to apply some of the indicators. This is it guys. If you have any doubt, queries, you can keep your message in comment box, so I'll try to answer it. Hope you understand. Thanks for watching this. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.